county board and been doing it and love it. And we got to get our Democrats fired up.
Well, they seem pretty fired up. Is this a great moment for unity for Latino and African American communities?
We are the power, and we are going to make it happen. We've got people that live in those battleground states, as well as Arizona, Nevada, California, Florida. We could take this back, and we got to secure the House, make sure we keep the Senate, and make sure those, what I just said, the top of our ticket, get in there so that we can really take care, alleviate poverty, get people housing, make sure young people have ability to go to college, work, and help and thrive and help their families in our communities. And above all, environmental justice and restorative justice as well.
Well, Supervisor / Secretary, thank you so much for stopping by and talking with us.
Yes, gracias. And sí se puede.
Sí podemos. Gracias. Little run up. I know I can't hold, he's saying, he can't see her, but I can't hold the actual phone for the stream and the microphone all at once, but we're doing a doggone thing, and it's really a blessing to be here. And so here's the thing. There are so many powerful people here, and I'm so glad we have eyes and ears on the ground of a lot of different folks. Ariva Martin is here. Dr. Nicolai Corte is here. Tavis Smiley is here. And of course, I'm here. And don't let me forget, Adrian Shropshire is here. And it is the, how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? Because there are so many meetings, so many parties, and so many different opportunities to figure out what's going on, that will each bring you a little piece of the puzzle, and hopefully you'll get an idea. That's what I was talking to you about last night. We went by Rainbow Push. Of course, we're in Chicago, which is the home of the Rainbow Coalition, and that whole movement is so huge here. They have a beautiful building. I went by there last night because they were paying tribute to Jesse Jackson, and the Reverend was there. He looked actually quite dapper. He was in a wheelchair, and he was taking pictures with people and, doing the handshaking, the Jesse Jackson thing. He was mobbed. The three rock stars of the evening, Congresswoman Maxine Waters was there. I couldn't even go up to her to say hi because she was being mobbed by the people in Chicago, folks wanting to take pictures with her, people wanting to interview her. But she was there to pay tribute to her dear friend, Jesse Jackson, the Reverend Jesse Jackson. Bernie Sanders spoke. That was powerful. He's the second rock star that was there. And of course, the Reverend Jackson. And it was put on by The Nation magazine, which, if you haven't read The Nation, it's a powerful, truly progressive voice, not sort of these poser progressives that I always talk about, the fake ones, namby-pambies, moderates posing as progressives. No, these are real progressives, The Nation, and they have some very interesting analysis of different topics. They put this on to honor the Reverend Jesse Jackson, and people turned out. The place was very well attended, and it's like a big church style hall, an old stone Chicago building. Bernie Sanders got the crowd very, very fired up, and many people, names that you're familiar with, were there. In fact, our own April Verrett, who is now the national leader of the SEIU. Oh, look who's here. Wait, forget that. We're pivoting again. Yes, our council member for the 10th district is rolling up, and actually who is single-handedly saved my broadcast. Oh, I can't say single-handedly because her sister has also helped out. She is giving us a moment of her time right now, live from the California delegation. I'm also streaming on Instagram. Councilwoman, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Democrats. That's how we do it.
LA's rolling kind of deep, huh?
Yeah, we have a huge delegation out of Los Angeles, and we are excited about what our job is. Everybody's here to do the work.
You are a delegate. Aside from being a lawmaker and an enthusiastic Democrat, you're a delegate. What does that mean?
So, so many things. We understand the platform, and we are the ones that vote. We are the ones that actually go in the record books as signing for Kamala Harris to be our delegate. I mean, our nominee of choice. So it's pretty exciting. It's pretty exciting to go in the record books too.
So she's already actually been virtually voted in as the nominee, right? So what happens on Thursday then?
So I think Tuesday or Wednesday we do a roll call vote to make sure that we are all present and qualified to vote for her, even though was done virtually. But you also had to sign a signature page, so they have your signature that says that she's our nominee.
So all these people running around saying, "Oh, she just got coronated," or she wasn't democratically chosen to be the nominee. That's just plain wrong, right?
Well, we had to do it virtually in 2020, so I don't know what people are talking about. I was a delegate in 2020. We had to do everything virtually because of COVID. So, what? I don't know what they mean.
Well, they probably don't know. Hopefully, it's giving them the benefit of the doubt. Council member, you worked with Kamala Harris famously as an aide, as an advisor, really, when she was in the Senate. Did you ever think you would see this moment?
Actually, she made her announcement in 2019 that she was running for president, which was pretty exciting leading up to that time. The billionaires came in, and that's what made the difference. It stopped the people that were donating so her campaign could be viable. And so now we're at a place where she doesn't have those kind of stops, and all the Democrats are behind her. I'm so happy to see this, but honestly, not in my lifetime. Like in my lifetime, I wasn't expecting Barack Obama. And that was a big relief.
Me neither, honestly.
And so a woman, a Black woman, an Asian woman is so exciting. We are really looking forward to the leadership a woman brings. She'll bring thoughtfulness, because as women, we have to think extra because no one thinks we can. And as a woman, she will also bring strength and compassion. And so we're looking forward to that. The opposite of that is exactly who she's running against.
Councilmember Heather Hutt, you also, you know her really well. You've worked with her politically. You know her personally. I feel like she's rising to the moment. It's almost like, I don't know. She's always been smart and good at her job, but it seems like there's an extra something. Do you feel that?
She's ready. She's prepared. Someone that I worked for years, you had to be prepared. So she's done her research. She has, how can I say this? Prepared herself for the best and the worst. So she's ready. I'm confident that she will lead with purpose and intention for all of us, for the least of these.
And you're the one, you're on top of this. You know what's going on. You were like, okay, Dominique, I think it's tomorrow we're wearing pink and we're wearing white on Thursday. The councilman wasn't going to have me over here looking crazy and not knowing what's going on. So tell us some of these things that are interesting or that you're excited about here this week.
Oh, so to show solidarity, especially with the LGBTQ plus community, we're wearing pink on Wednesday. And because the opposite side is not a believer of the right of same-sex marriage. So we're going to show unity in that space. And then unity for women's suffrage in white. If you remember when she was sworn in as vice president, she wore white at that time for women's suffrage. So we're wearing white on Thursday, the day that she will accept her nomination. And we're excited about that. I got some white for you, baby.
And you know what? Y'all can wear white wherever you are listening. If you're in LA, if you're in New York, just whip it out and wear your white while you're watching it, wherever you're watching it. What other kind of business do you have to do as a lawmaker yourself? And you're in your own reelection battle, by the way, vote for Heather Hutt, vote for Heather Hutt. What kind of work do you have to do here?
I just got LaFonza Butler's in-person endorsement, which was really wonderful as a U.S. Senator from California. So now that means I have U.S. Senator Padilla, U.S. Senator LaFonza Butler as endorsements, that's really top notch. And
it doesn't get any better than that. So you're networking, you're building support at the same time you're doing your work as a delegate and representing Council District 10, where I live.
Right. That's right. My constituents. So we feel like this is what I'm saying. Yes, we can for Kamala. Yes, we can. We can get it done. We're not going back. We're not going back because I don't know when America was great before. So they're saying again to what? Like what? What are you trying to go back? What amendment are you trying to reverse? No, we're going forward. We're looking to do that work.
You hear, I think that's LaFonza Butler on stage right now. Speaking, maybe, no. Somebody, I don't know who it is.
It's CTA on now. LaFonza was just on, and she just reminded us of the hard work it is to be only the second Black woman in the United States Senate from California and only the third in the country.
In U.S. history ever, which is crazy. And for those of us who want to support you and your reelection bid, what ought we be doing? I know it's the season of door knocking. It's the season of making calls and volunteering, specifically for you.
So I'm opening my headquarters right there in La Brea on September 7th, and that's when we're going to kick off the walking and the knocking and the talking. HeatherHutt.com is how you can find me. And, I'm taking all donations, $5 and up. Help me get there.
$5 and up. Okay. And congratulations to you. And I want to thank you so much for just really, going out of your way. You didn't have to help KBLA, to help me and make sure that we as Black media get a chance to be here and be in the inner circle and be in the mix. You really gone the extra mile, and it's greatly appreciated.
It's easy to do because I believe that our Black media is how we tell our story. And if you're not here to let the public know exactly what's going on, how will they know? So it's really our duty to give you the opportunity. And that's why it's easy to say, come on, this is what the schedule looks like. This is where you should be. Because folks at home should know what's going on here minute by minute. And you can only depend on the media for that. So I'm glad you're here.
I mean, it's one thing to have a schedule. It's another thing to have a real ally. And we really do appreciate you, Councilmember Hutt.
Well, we appreciate you, Dominique. You've been telling us the truth for a long time. So we expect that. We expect that from you.
Thank you so much. I'm doing my best. I'm here broadcasting live, which is a miracle in itself, with Councilmember Heather Hutt. I know you got to get your breakfast and continue to do your job. But, I look forward to checking in with you maybe a little further into the convention and see how it's going.
Thank you so much. The energy is high. Everybody's feeling groovy, like for real. So yeah, I'll check back in. Thank you.
Absolutely. You can feel it. It's in the air. Change is in the air. Black woman leadership is in the air. A lot of good things in the air. And Council District 10 is representing. It is. Oh my Lord, look who else is walking by. Can I lure her over here? Can I lure Michelle Chambers over? See, this is I scoped out a spot where I would find people, and look who I have found. We were talking, Michelle Chambers. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. So good to see you here in Chicago, Illinois.
And we're on Instagram Live. We're also live on KBLA Talk 1580. And you're a delegate, right?
Yes, I am a delegate. I am a state delegate selected by California State Attorney General Rob Bonta.
It's funny because we flew in on the same plane, and you all got on the delegates bus, and we got on the other bus, the not delegates bus. How was the experience for you here as a delegate?
The experience is breathtaking. We are about to make history, not only to be selected and to choose, to be a delegate, because I ran as well and won this position to be a delegate to represent California. But the sheer fact that we're about to have a Black president, woman president, I'm going to be on the same ballot with her, is amazing. That we're all here as Californians uniting to save our democracy. This is a moment. This is purposeful.
It really is. You can feel history in the air, if that's a thing. I don't know if that's a thing, but it is now. So you are on the same ballot with her. You seem very enthusiastic about Vice President Kamala Harris as a presidential candidate and very confident that she'll win. What do you say to people that say she ain't Black?
Well, who says she isn't Black?
I mean, it's a thing.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, the people that saying that are people that clearly are uneducated and don't matter. Because we know she's Black, she knows she's Black. But wait a minute, why is it that our Vice President Kamala Harris is receiving all this criticism, but no one else is? Questioning her credentials, questioning her race. Same thing like Barack Obama. He's not Black, but we're going to prove them wrong again.
And you mentioned you are on the same ballot. And of course, I know that. I'll be voting for you. You're running to replace State Senator Stephen Bradford, who was on this show last Friday and who has endorsed you, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct. I am on the ballot for Senate District, California State Senate District 35, the cities of Inglewood, Compton, Carson, Watts, Willowbrook, Harbor City, Harbor Gateway, Gardena, Hawthorne, Lawndale, San Pedro, and Wilmington and unincorporated areas. Look forward to representing them. Thank you, Senator Bradford, for the endorsement.
And Senator Bradford has been a big and key ally for the reparations movement. And a lot of us, especially those who tune in on Freedman Friday, are worried that we will not have that same enthusiasm or commitment in that seat. What can you tell us?
Well, I can definitely tell you that we can keep up that momentum and have that same enthusiasm because I'm going to continue to move that movement. I was in Sacramento last week when all three bills passed out of the assembly, stopped by Senator Bradford's office and wished him well, congratulated him, Dominique, but more importantly, I had the pleasure of serving with the Attorney General's office, who also compiled that packet and that report. So not only do I see the packet, do I see the report, but know the legislation, following the legislation, as your state senator, I'm assured that that legislation is signed and it's enacted.
Thank you so much. And I know you have a campaign website or an office, all that stuff. While people are in their Activate Democratic, enthusiasm and engagement mode, what should they know?
They should know they can visit Michelle for California, FOR, California.com. Know that I am the California Democratic Party candidate, which is a blessing. And know that I am the candidate that's in the lead that's winning and the best candidate to represent you all in the California State Senate District 35, but for California in whole.
I know I'm keeping you from your breakfast, but I got to ask you this real quick. We said, you and I were talking yesterday about progressivism because people were, paying tribute to Jesse Jackson. And how do you define it? I mean, I always harp on progressive posers. I don't think you are one. I think you are an actual progressive. How would you define it?
I define someone being progressive is not, we have to look at where we came from to know where we're going. It's very important. And I thank all of those before me, but we have to know that times have changed now. For example, our climate's changed, income levels have changed, education has changed. And to be progressive, we have to live in the day and move our priorities forward in a progressive movement to ensure that we all have the same access, fair access and qualities to address inequalities that we have in our communities. And we can only do that by being progressive. That is just what progressive is. It's moving the needle forward to ensure that we all have the same equalities that we have in America.
Right, starting from today, not the 1968 version. Michelle Chambers, thank you so much for stopping by. I shall allow you to go and dine now.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for being here. Thank you for always being ahead of the movement for us here in our political spaces. You're amazing, and thank you for representing California and Chicago.
Yes, Cali in Chicago. We are broadcasting live from the Democratic National Convention, the DNC. In Chicago, live and in person on KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward. Tavis is like George and Wheezy. He's moving on up. Last year, Tavis was number 45 on the Talkers magazine list of the 100 most important radio talk show hosts in America. Wait for it. Wait for it. The 2024 list was recently released, and Tavis has jumped to number 33 on the list of the nation's most important talkers, making him the highest-ranked African-American on the coveted roster. Congratulations to Tavis Smiley from all of us at KBLA Talk 1580. We've got you black.
Work is busy, and home, Mom, pretty much the same. But you wouldn't know it because my skin doesn't look stressed thanks to Olay Retinol Body Wash. Its hydrating formula is packed with vitamin B3 complex plus retinol. I use Olay Retinol Body Wash to transform my skin from dry to moisturized and visibly renewed. Sure, I still have stress, but my skin looks amazing. Try Olay Retinol Body Wash for visibly renewed skin in just 14 days. Also try Retinol 24 Body Lotion.
What's wrong?
My travel rewards card didn't earn enough miles for my vacation.
Are you crying? Are you crying because of that other credit card?
Uh-huh.
Well, switch to the Capital One Venture card. Venture lets you redeem miles on any travel purchase.
Really?
Yep, and you earn unlimited double miles on every purchase every single day. The Capital One Venture card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
My friends swim no matter the season, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. Now, thanks to Skyrizi and clear skin, count me in. With Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
History is being made. LA Civil Rights and the LA City Reparations Advisory Commission is about to unveil a groundbreaking reparations report. Come learn more about the impact of the Black experience in Los Angeles. Join us on Tuesday, August 27th, 5 p.m. at CSUN's Student Union for the official release and panel discussion. For more information, call 213-978-1845 or visit laisforeveryone.com. Again, laisforeveryone.com. Be part of this monumental moment.
The conversation continues right now with Dominique DiPrima on First Things First.
Yes, it does. And we're doing things a little different because we are broadcasting live from the Democratic National Convention. Right now, I am sitting kind of in the middle, right between the breakfast buffet and the speakers at the California delegation breakfast. So this is where the heavy hitters are from the state of California. You saw Dolores Huerta just walk by. The controller, Malia Cohen, said she'll come back. Little did I know she grew up watching my television show in the Bay Area, which was called Home Turf at the time. Shout out to all the Home Turf veterans here. And I'm seeing so many familiar faces because this is the California delegation. I know we're about to go right into news, traffic, and sports, and I'm still streaming on IG. For those of you who are used to seeing me on YouTube, that's your alternative. I'll do it as much as I can because I brought my own Wi-Fi this time. Man, the Wi-Fi in the hotel, well, I can do a whole show on that, but I won't. But after news, traffic, and sports, I want you to hear, I got a chance to talk with April Verrett, Nina Turner, and a number of other powerful and important voices as part of the tribute to Reverend Jesse Jackson, which took place last night. It was actually quite packed, was presented by The Nation magazine. And I'm hoping today that I'll get a chance to go and stop in to this big progressive convening that they're having, progressive voters convening that they're having here in Chicago. I say I'm hoping because as I've mentioned to you, every time they walk by, I'm like, are you Secret Service? Are you Secret Service? They're everywhere. But anyway, it's a progressive convening that they are having. But because the transportation is challenging, to say the least, I'm going to do my best to get there. And I'm going to keep my fingers crossed on that. Meanwhile, I did manage to get to the Jesse Jackson event on yesterday. So I'll bring you some of the folks I had a chance to talk to after news, traffic, and sports, only on KBLA Talk 1580.
A safe place to go loud. A great place for progressive politics. KBLA Talk 1580.
Thank you for joining us, everyone. I'm Mike Moore. Now, here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Palestinian authorities say Israeli strikes in the Gaza Strip killed 19 people yesterday, including 6 children. Health officials say the children and their mother were killed in an airstrike on a house in central Gaza. The 2024 Democratic National Convention kicks off in Chicago. President Biden will take the convention stage tonight at the United Center to make the case for Vice President Kamala Harris and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz. Former New York Congressman George Santos is expected to plead guilty this afternoon in his federal corruption case. There are reports that Santos will make a court appearance in Central Islip where he'll admit to charges as part of a plea deal weeks before his trial was scheduled to have started. And that's the latest. I'm Mike Moore from your 24/7 news source, the Black Information Network and BINnews.com.
Dominican slugger Teoscar Hernandez will send you home on Tuesday, August 20th with your next bobblehead. Be one of the first 40,000 fans in attendance versus the Mariners to receive an exclusive Teoscar Hernandez bobblehead presented by Inaba. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotion.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The losing continues for the LA Sparks in the WNBA. They lost by 16 Sunday at Las Vegas. 4 straight loss for the Sparks, who dropped to 6-21. The Sparks are 5 games out of the 8th and final playoff spot with 13 games left on the schedule. The Dodgers are home for a 9-game homestand beginning tonight against Seattle. The Dodgers are 21 games over 500 after winning in St. Louis Sunday. The Angels had a disappointing 1-5 homestand after Sunday's loss to Atlanta. The loss dropped the Angels into last place in the AL West. First time the Angels have been at the bottom since June 8th. The Angels begin a 10-game road trip tonight in Kansas City. Today is August 19th. The Chicago White Sox, with a 30-95 record, the worst in the major leagues, are already eliminated from the playoffs. This is the earliest date a team has been eliminated from the postseason since MLB started divisional playoffs in 1969. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
Helping to broaden your political and moral imagination with our 2024 Climate Justice Campaign. We're KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminding you that we keep us safe. Pro Football Hall of Famer and urban peace pioneer Jim Brown believed in just that. So he founded the AmeriCAN Foundation for Social Change in 1988, focusing on at-risk and high-risk youth in underserved schools and juvenile detention facilities, as well as adult incarceration and reentry initiatives. The core of the AmeriCAN program is its 15-chapter life skills curriculum. Mastery of these skills allows individuals to meet their academic potential, conform their behavior to acceptable societal standards, and improve the quality of their lives by equipping them with what they need to confidently and successfully contribute to society. Today, the foundation is led by its president, Monique Brown, who has been actively involved in the organization for more than 25 years. The AmeriCAN Foundation continues its work in memory of its founder, actor, philanthropist, and NFL legend Jim Brown. To get involved or make a donation, please visit AmeriCANCommunity.partners. That's AmeriCANCommunity.partners. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent. So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle.
Tide Free and Gentle has no dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on her skin.
If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Free and Gentle. This back-to-school season, Tide and Downy are giving back with $1.5 million in scholarships. Enter to win. No purchase necessary. US/DC 17+. End September 30th. Rules. Tide.com/scholarship/official rules.
process.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text LION to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text LION to 42424. That's LION to 42424.
We're not for everybody, but we're for everybody. You're listening to KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Dominique DiPrima, and I'm at the Democratic National Convention right now. I'm hanging out at the California delegation breakfast. I wish I could simultaneously grab these folks that are walking by. As I've said, Dolores Huerta, the legend, the iconic labor organizer and activist, Senator LaFonza Butler, all of these folks just walking around here doing what they do, which is making political organizing happen. And speaking of political organizing and labor unions, as I mentioned, we were at Rainbow Push last night, where there was really a massive event giving Jesse Jackson his flowers. And it makes sense, even though, people got criticisms of everybody, right? But Reverend Jesse Jackson started the modern era of Black people running for president when he ran for president, and the coalition, because he brought everyone into the coalition for his campaign under the banner of the Rainbow Coalition. And various iterations of that have allowed the Obama presidency, and hopefully will allow the Harris presidency. And I'm sure that in 2032 or whenever it is that we have a Latino or Asian or Arab American or Indigenous American progressive president or vice president, they will also be in that tradition. They will be in the tradition of coalition building around true progressive shared interests and around a respect and sort of intellectual understanding of cultural competence and what it really means, not just having a brown face and a Black face that don't have policies to match them, but in a way that really is meaningful. Jesse Jackson was the one that really set that off for the modern era. And so it was fitting that he was honored last night. And one of the voices on stage, here comes Dolores Huerta again. No, this is part of my broadcast. People are trying to take away my, what is going on right now? Okay, let's go ahead and check in. This was a speech that happened last night at the Rainbow Coalition. And this is SEIU President, our very own Angelino SEIU President, April Verrett.
Just coming off the stage at a tribute for Jesse Jackson. I think we have to go this way. What an incredible speech from SEIU President April Verrett. Thank you for taking a moment to talk with me. Congratulations to you.
Thank you so much, Dominique. It's good to see you again. It's been a minute.
Yes, indeed it has. It's great to see you, and I haven't had a chance to congratulate you in person. We've been so proud of you for taking on the National Union.
Thank you so much. I just want to say to all of my friends in LA and across California, I miss you, and I would not be in this position if it was not for the time I spent in Los Angeles.
We absolutely miss you too, but we're giving you up for a good cause. What does this mean tonight? Why is this such a big moment vetting Jesse Jackson?
I think it is important in this moment as we are looking to the future. We cannot forget our past and our present, because our forefathers and foremothers have given us the playbook. They have sacrificed, they have worked, they have toiled for this moment. And what we are able to do by electing the first Black woman president in this country wouldn't be possible if Shirley Chisholm hadn't run, if Reverend Jackson hadn't run, and if they haven't did the work, the organizing, year after year, grind after grind, to get us to this moment. So it's only right that we pay our respects and that we remember their sacrifices and what they built for us.
Some of us have been alarmed watching some within the labor movement seemingly drifting to the right, drifting towards Trump. Tell me about what your feeling is and what your observation is here at the DNC and just in general around the ascendance of Kamala Harris to the top of the ticket along with Tim Walz.
Yeah, I think that it is really a testament to what I know about this moment. And that is that this election is not just about who's at the top of the ticket. It is about working people. And when working people cast their ballots in November, it is going to be for us. And the us right now is embodied by Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, but the us is home care workers who can't work one job and put a roof over their heads. The us is airport workers who get paid poverty wages, for providing essential services. The us is nursing home workers and hospital workers and gig workers and fast food workers and millions of people who really have to worry about how to make ends meet. And so they are voting for their hopes and their dreams so that they can have agency and power in this economy, in this country, in this democracy. So it's not simply about Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. It's about electing leaders who know us, who are about us, who are us, and that will fight with us.
And what are you tracking? I mean, is there anything you want us to keep an eye on in this election when it comes to labor, for those of us who would like to see a higher minimum wage, for those of us who would like to see protections for workers who are union and those who are not? Like what you said, it's not just about the top of the ticket. What else should we be tracking?
Well, I think it's also important, just spending another second at the top of the ticket. You have folks on the right who are pandering to those of us in labor, who are pandering, acting like they are champions for working people. But the reality is that you got candidates who have actually been union members, who have actually joined picket lines for fast food workers, who've actually passed policy that strengthen workers' rights and raises wages and set better standards. And you got those who just pander, right? Kamala Harris is somebody who's worked every single day of her life, and you got somebody who was born on a golden toilet and sits around and spews crap all day. So I just think we gotta not let us get distracted by the pandering that is really targeted to divide us.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. I know you got a lot to do this DNC, and it's great to see you, April Verrett.
Thank you, Dominique.
Thank you.
Oh my, we are still live. And Congresswoman Maxine Waters and her daughter Karen Waters just walked by. That's the Glamour delegation from California. They said they'll be back, and I'm sure they will. It's amazing the people you run into. And I just met this young man. Introduce yourself to the KBLA delegation.
Hello, my name is Mario J. Navoa, and I'm representing here the Victor Valley, San Bernardino County area as a delegate from California.
And how did you become a delegate?
By accident.
What does that mean?
Well, I think when you turn your complaining into a commitment, and then people see that you actually can organize and get people together on a cause, then you're asked to do a lot of different things. And so in the last 2 years, my husband and I were asked to be delegates for the area that we're in with the high desert, Hesperia, Apple Valley, Adelanto, Victorville area. And we ran and we won. And then when the Democratic National Convention delegation option came up, we ran, I won, but I was endorsed by the governor, and I don't know how that happened, but that got me here. So I guess getting involved does open doors for you. And ultimately, we're representing the high desert region, which is in need of a lot of growth and infrastructure.
I'm sure it is. So basically you're saying you, by being the squeaky wheel, you ended up being a delegate.
Yes. And we know about the squeaky wheel. It does get us places. So, but most importantly, we need a lot of opportunity for our education departments, our education district, our school districts. There's also LGBTQ issues that we're fighting for, immigrant right issues that we're fighting for. So all of those things that we're talking about in terms of Kamala Harris and her run for the presidency and the things that she brings up, we're totally for.
What are you hearing in your LGBTQ plus circles as far as the enthusiasm around Kamala Harris? I would think because of her work on marriage equality, there would be a natural alliance, but you never know.
There is an alliance for sure. We know that she has had the LGBTQ community's back, and so we have her back. We're completely supporting her. I haven't heard anybody dissenting from the people that I've talked to, and obviously, when our community most recently under the Trump administration and all the ugliness that came out of that, we felt under attack, and so all these book bannings and fascist mindset. We are aware that we are still a target, and I heard that lady that tried to deny marriage licenses in one of the southern states, Kansas, Oklahoma.
Yeah, I remember the story. I don't remember the state, though. Yeah, she wouldn't perform her job of completing marriage licenses for LGBTQ people.
She's back. And so she's taking the case to the Supreme Court. And so that creates a bigger barrier for us and more of a fight. So we definitely want a candidate like Kamala Harris and Tim Walz to support us and every other Democrat that's running up and down the ticket locally and statewide and nationally.
And as a Latino man, what I assume a Latino man, that's how you present. What do you think? What are you getting? What are you hearing? I think the Latino community could be a wild card in this election because we keep hearing about the move towards Trump.
Yes, statistically, we are now in a position to really voice our vote and really support causes and candidates that speak to the Latino Latinx representation. And also, as a Salvadoran American and a gay man, I definitely feel that there is an opportunity here to uplift a lot of voices. I think there's a lot of noise around the people who are supporting conservative candidates like that guy you just mentioned. But I think it's just probably a lot of pizzazz. I don't think there's a lot of meat there yet.
All sizzle, no steak.
All sizzle, no steak, for sure. And I think as people get more informed, as we start speaking to our communities about that, people will understand what Harris and Walz stand for, what our party stands for, the amount of support that we're giving our communities.
Well, thank you for stopping in. It's so fun to talk to a delegate and just understand the process here and your stake in this convention. We are KBLA Talk 1580. We are broadcasting live. What a blessing and what a miracle from the Democratic National Convention, Chicago, Illinois. KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
Have you heard of the 50-30-20 rule? This can help you spend and save your money wisely. So how does it work? Distribute your dollars into 3 buckets. 50% towards needs, 30% towards your wants, and 20% goes to savings. Use this tool to help your journey to financial success. Sponsored by JP Morgan Chase & Company.
Looks like Bobby needs a ride again.
Grab the keys. Let's take our auntie to the swap meet. Grab the keys.
Whether you're giving rides or hauling gear, do it all in a Chevy SUV. Head to your local Chevy dealer, where well-qualified buyers get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Malibu, Colorado, Blazer, Equinox, Trailblazer, and Traverse limited models. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
1.9% APR for 36 months. Monthly payment is $28.60 for every $1,000 you finance. Example down payment 15.8% must finance with GM Financial. Some customers may not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 7/1/24.
History is being made. LA Civil Rights and the LA City Reparations Advisory Commission is about to unveil a groundbreaking reparations report. Come learn more about the impact of the Black experience in Los Angeles. Join us on Tuesday, August 27th, 5 p.m. at CSUN's Student Union for the official release and panel discussion. For more information, call 213-978-1845 or visit laisforeveryone.com. Again, laisforeveryone.com. Be part of this monumental moment.
We've got a lot to talk about.
Hi, I'm Zoe Williams, a.k.a. the Voice of Reason, encouraging you to join me weekdays from 7 to 9 p.m. for the world's most intriguing relationship radio roundtable. Every night, I facilitate and encourage our loyal listeners to participate in the most engaging relationship discussions you'll hear anywhere. So make it a point to rendezvous with me, Zoe Williams, the Voice of Reason, Monday through Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Trust me, your relationships will never be the same. The VOR is on fire tonight.
Unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. J.D. Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number Limited Edition smart bed. Limited time. For J.D. Power 2023 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Did you know your life insurance is an asset you can sell? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. For almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. And at abacuspays.com, we've created a free policy value calculator so you can find out the worth of your policy in just seconds. There are no fees and no obligations. Get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Learn more at abacuspays.com.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Derek Jeter as the pinch hitter for your baseball team.
Jeter, you're in. We need a home run.
I'll give it a try. I've swung a bat once or twice.
That's out of here. Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where everybody is somebody and nobody is a stranger. You belong here.
You belong here, and here at the moment is the Democratic National Convention. Nancy Pelosi is behind me. I couldn't get to her because she is currently swamped by press. I mean, there's literally a throng of press behind her, but I will try my best to see if I can get a moment on the microphone with the former speaker, who reportedly is not speaking with Joe Biden at the moment. I don't know if that's rumor. I certainly haven't verified it. But what I've noticed is that whatever you think about her relationship with the former president, he's still the president. Let me not call him former president, former candidate. He's still very much our president, very much still at the helm. But the former speaker's relationship with him, notwithstanding, she is seen as having played a huge role in the transition from Joe Biden at the top of the ticket to Kamala Harris at the top of the ticket. And for somebody who's no longer speaker, the Democratic majority and the press hang on her every word in a way you wouldn't expect for someone who's no longer speaker. And in fact, our party no longer controls the House of Representatives. Otherwise, Hakeem Jeffries, who trained under for her for so many years, would be the speaker right now. So let's see, what can I fit into this space? I want to play for you some of the folks I got a chance to speak with on yesterday. Oh, this will be good. So I want to give you just a little taste of Bernie Sanders' speech. He's talking about Jesse Jackson. He's paying tribute to him. And then we'll go right into a conversation I had with the Tennessee State representative. You may remember the Justins, the two Justins, who were locked out and kicked out of their positions, state senate, their elected positions, by Republicans who refused to allow them to speak out about the issue of gun violence on the floor there. Well, I caught up with Justin Jones. He was paying tribute also to Jesse Jackson on yesterday. So let's hear a little bit from Bernie Sanders, and we'll go right into my conversation with Justin Jones. Like I said, the people that are just walking by and just walking around doing business are incredible. And this is an opportunity to hear from one of them right now. I'm Dominique DiPrima for KBLA Talk 1580.
But Jesse's contribution to modern history is not just bringing us together, it is bringing us together around a progressive agenda.
It's Chicago, it's nighttime, it's the DNC, and here is Justin Jones from Tennessee. For a state lawmaker, why is it important to be involved in this?
Well, specifically a state, serving in a state legislature in the South is important for us to not forget the South. A lot of times progressives, right off the South, we're told that, maybe just let them secede. But the South is really, if we think about the majority of black people in this nation live in the South is a front line of our democracy, a front line of fighting plantation politics, economic exploitation, and white supremacy. And so we have to invest in the South if we want to transform this nation.
And of course, a lot of people see you and your colleague, the two famous Justins who stood up to Southern racism in the Tennessee legislature as a young generation of politics. Why are you here vetting the OG, Jesse Jackson?
I think we stand in a legacy of liberation. We stand on the shoulders of giants like Jesse Jackson and Diane Nash and Bernard Lafayette and C.T. Vivian, young people who transformed this nation in the 60s, and it's our time again. And so, I'm just here to pay honor to one of our trailblazers and torchbearers who made it possible for me to even run and be the youngest black lawmaker in the state of Tennessee. His example has been inspiring about keeping hope alive and letting us know that we are somebody. Regardless of being in a super minority, regardless of, working in a body that try to take away our title and expel us, we are still somebody, and our constituents are somebody, and that's what we're fighting for. I represent the most diverse district in Tennessee, in a state that is the birthplace of the Klan, but we're fighting for racial justice, fighting for multiracial democracy, because the South is worth fighting for, and Tennessee is our home too.
I hear you as an orator. I hear a few different influences as the Reverend goes by us right now. Reverend Jackson making way for him, looking very dapper tonight. But I hear influences. Who are your, or how has Jesse Jackson influenced you as a speaker? Or has anyone else that you would call out?
He's being willing to not just speak truth to power, but in power he's willing to speak truth, the power of our collective power, the power of movement, to speak the truth of what needs to be said in this nation right now, which is we have a crisis of poverty, a crisis of democracy, a crisis of systemic racism, a crisis of environmental injustice. And so that's what the inspiration is, that he brings urgency and moral clarity. That's what the tradition we stand in.
And what would you, I assume you consider yourself to be a progressive thinker and lawmaker. What would you like to see come out of this convention?
Just continue to uplift the voices of young people. I think young people are inherently a voice of progress and of the future, because we are going to be dealing with the long-term implications of what it means to have a planet that's not habitable, to what it means to, be controlled by corporate greed. We're the generation of student debt and of active shooter drills in our schools. We're the generation of unprecedented heat waves and climate catastrophe. And so our generation is inherently has no choice but to be progressive, but to be radical and bold and unapologetic in fighting systems that are radical, like white supremacy and economic exploitation. And so I think young people are willing to stand up, but that's what we did in the legislature of Tennessee. We're willing to stand up, even if it meant them taking away our titles and positions.
How turned up and do you think young people are for this election?
I think I'm seeing energy from young people in my state. In my state, we know what's at risk. If Trump takes over, we are going to fall back into a second Confederacy. If we don't have a federal government to intervene, it was the federal government, paying attention to what happened to our expulsion that changed the course. It's the federal government protecting trans kids when my Republican colleagues are attacking them every day and making families feel like they have to be healthcare refugees from our state. It's the federal government intervening when Tennessee has the most restrictive anti-abortion law in this nation. And so this is not something that is just theoretical. It's very material for my constituents and for our state, where, again, 1 in 5 black men in Tennessee cannot vote because of felony disenfranchisement. So Tennessee is the tip of the spear when it comes to this extremism, and so we have to be bold in responding.
Justin Jones, thanks for stopping to talk with me.
Thank you so much. I'll give you my card too.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
Thank you for joining us, everyone. I'm Mike Moore. Now, here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Palestinian authorities say Israeli strikes in the Gaza Strip killed 19 people yesterday, including 6 children. Health officials say George Santos is expected to plead guilty this afternoon in his federal corruption case. There are reports that Santos will make a court appearance in